Welcome back to the DM and Friends. I'm going to continue my series on how to be a better dungeon master. Today, I'm going to be talking about something that a lot of dungeon masters either ignore or hand wave or don't even realize that they're missing: timekeeping. And I'm going to tell you straight up, if you're not tracking time in your game, you're probably running a softer, less dangerous, flatter campaign. So why timekeeping matters? Time is pressure. And in the DMG on page 39, Gary talks about 37, 38. There is a whole section on timekeeping. And on the second paragraph, he says, you cannot have a meaningful campaign if strict time records are not kept. And I firmly believe that. Time is pressure, like I said, and pressure creates decisions. Decisions create story. And if time doesn't matter, I don't think nothing matters. Spells don't matter. Light doesn't matter. Wandering monsters don't matter. Rest doesn't matter. And suddenly your dungeon or your game feels like a museum tour, instead of a dangerous place. Old school D&D assumes time is always ticking, and even when nothing is happening. So the biggest mistakes I think DMs make is they track rounds in combat. They ignore everything else. Exploration is where time actually matters, I think, the most. Searching a room, that takes time. Listening at a door, that takes time. Bandaging wounds, that takes time. Spell research, that totally takes time. Arguing about what to do next, that takes time. If your players are arguing about stuff, I count that as time. That absolutely, these things take time, and if players can't do all of that for free, you know what I mean. There's no risk. So what timekeeping actually does? Timekeeping does four, I think, critical things. It burns resources. It creates tension. It forces choices. It keeps players moving. It keeps the game moving. Torches are about to burn out. Do we press on or turn back? Spell duration is ticking down. Do we get out of here, or do we fight or retreat? Wandering monster checks are coming up. Do we search one more room or do we get out? That's gameplay. So you don't need a stopwatch. I mean, this isn't timekeeping hell here. You don't need exact numbers, minutes. You just need consistent chunks of time. Here's a simple. I mean, in AD&D, it's very simple. A dungeon turn is 10 minutes, and that's a turn. And combat round is 1 minute. Short tasks eat up a turn. Big tasks eat up even more time. That's really it. That's how I do it. You're trying to be reality, but you're not tracking reality. You're tracking risk. So wandering monsters exist for a reason. This is a great tension creator, and it has to do with time. Wandering monsters aren't there to punish players. They're there to punish indecision. If there's a party spends 4 turns arguing about a door, something should happen. Not because you want to be mean to them, or it's because the dungeon's alive. The dungeon is fully alive with it's not a stagnant environment, and timekeeping gives you permission to kind of roll that dice and let the world respond. So light is a clock too. Torches and lanterns are timers. Every time you take a turn, that light is burning down. When the players realize their light source is half gone, behaviors might change dramatically or immediately. They move faster. They take risks. They stop over planning. Like I said, it's not cruelty; it's urgency that you're trying to create. So rest is a strategic choice, and if players can rest whenever they want, spells lose value. Timekeeping makes resting dangerous. Resting costs time. Time invites random encounters. Encounters drain resources. So now the players have to decide: is resting worth the risk? That's a good problem to give them. So timekeeping also makes retreat meaningful. Old school play, assumes that retreat is smart, but retreat only really matters if time matters. If the party can leave, rest, and come back with no consequences, the dungeon, it becomes static. When time matters, enemies reinforce, traps can reset, and rumors can spread. The world's going to remember. So how I actually run time, my practical method is, I track dungeon turns loosely. I use uh, a index card, and I just basically tick off this would be turns. So one turn is in AD&D. 6 turns is 1 hour. So each of these is an hour. And so, like I said, I track dungeon turns pretty loosely. Um, let's say the characters need to check a door out, and it takes time to check this door out, to open the lock. It takes time for them to search a room. It takes time for healing and casting utility spells of some sort. These all take time, and I keep track of that here. And I announce time passing out loud. I also remind players when resources start to tick down, i.e., the torches, and I roll wandering monsters honestly. If it's a one in a d6, or once a turn in a dungeon, I set that very statically in my dungeons or in my wildernesses. So I do it honestly, and then and I don't protect them from the results. So this all falls into time, and it really, really is about creating that tension and that sense of urgency to the players. Otherwise, they're just going to be lollygagging around, and it's not a fun game. Uh, as far as for days, in my campaigns, for one shots, you don't really have to keep strict time, but in campaign play, I try to be as realistic as I can. So because I run in Greyhawk, I use the Greyhawk calendar, and there's actually an app online that I fill out what's happening every single day. And it's a good way to keep track of that 28-day period. And I go through and just log what is happening, and I announce the day on every single session. I announce what day it is, what day of the week it is, how that coincides with the Greyhawk calendar to kind of set the tone for that. So even when I'm blogging about it, I every session is logged with the date and time that happens. Also, a big thing too is I track birthdays for my characters. I have them set a date in the Greyhawk calendar where their birthday is. So when it comes to that, I have them age up. And in the DMG, I won't get to it totally here, but age matters in the DMG. Differently for every race, and it adjusts ability scores. So I keep track of that. I also for the things that for leveling up, that takes time. I'm pretty loose about that. So a lot of times, if they're in a dungeon, I'll level them right up and then make them go back to town and train and do stuff like that. Also, for research, spell research, and for magic users and such, I have them very much so use a time frame. Like, okay, you need a week to do this, or to create this magic item, you're going to need this amount of time. So time is very important in that. If everything was a given in the game, it just wouldn't be as exciting, in my opinion. Also, to speed up things in my game, I have purchased a bunch of little um, hourglasses, and they're all different. denominations. There's 2 minutes, 30 seconds, 10 minutes, et cetera, et cetera. But these you can find online. But these work really well for to bring up the sense of urgency in a game. I'll tell a group they're trying to decide a plan or whatever, and I said, okay, you guys got 5 minutes to do that, and I set it down on the table and let right in the middle of the table, and they all can watch it tick 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 tick. Or there's or other things that I can think of all kinds of different examples of when I've used these, but these are really, really, really fun to get your players to have a holy cow moment where, oh my God, we really need to figure this out fast, or X is going to happen. And I think the key is to also be very upfront with them on situations like this. Give them a minute and say, okay, the trap is going to spring in 1 minute. Boom. And that is a really, really, really good tension builder for your game. So, final thoughts. Timekeeping isn't realism, but it's about stakes. And when time matters, choices matter, resources matter, survival matters. And your campaign instantly feels sharper, older, more dangerous, the way it should. All right, that's my take on timekeeping. I hope this really helps somebody out there, old and new dungeon masters. This is the my total take on it. If you're not using it, start small. One dungeon, one session, and you'll feel the difference immediately. I think your players will really respond to that. Don't make it monotonous. Just layer it in there and have fun with it. So if you found this useful, hit like, subscribe. Let me know how you track time at your table. And just have a great time out there, guys. I really appreciate it, everybody. This is a lot of fun. All right, you guys. Until next time, keep gaming. Take care.